Welcome to The Explainer. I am so excited you're here today because, honestly, we're taking what could be a pretty dry grammar lesson and flipping it into a fun, story-driven study guide. Today, we're going to use apples, dogs, and best friends to master the fundamental concepts of comparison in Japanese grammar. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking for a rock-solid refresher, this guide is going to make everything finally click. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our friendly 5-step syllabus for today. First up, the idea of comparing. Second, comparing to the dual. Third, number 1, the ultimate. Fourth, perfect equals the tie. And finally, number 5, the ultimate study guide.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the idea of comparing. So before we even touch any complex grammar rules, let's set the scene. In Japanese, hikaku simply refers to the general idea or the action of comparing two or more things. It isn't actually a grammar form itself. Just think about being in a grocery store, right? You're looking at an apple in your hand and you notice it's just a bit bigger than another apple sitting on the shelf. That cognitive process, that simple observation, that is hikaku.
Or, for instance, if you look at two dogs and you just think to yourself, hey, this dog is bigger than that dog, you are actively doing hikaku. It's an action you literally perform every single day without even realizing it. Anytime you evaluate sizes, shapes, or qualities side by side in your head, you're engaging in this very first concept.
Moving right along to section 2, comparing to the dual.
Now let's transition smoothly from that idea in our heads to the actual grammar rule and introduce hikaku-kyu. This is the comparative form. So unlike hikaku, which is just the concept, hikaku-kyu is a specific grammar pattern used to compare exactly two things. It's the form that takes our abstract idea and puts it into concrete language. Like in English, we do this by adding to the end of a word to say faster or taller, or by using the word more to say something is more beautiful. So the crucial point here is this simple difference. On the left side, we have hikaku, which is what you're doing, the pure idea or action of comparing. On the right side, we have hikaku-kyu, which is how you actually say it, the concrete grammar rule you apply to a sentence. So idea on the left, execution on the right. Makes sense, right? Let's introduce our best friends, Tom and Ken, in a friendly duel to really show this off. When we write or say the sentence, Tom is taller than Ken, we are putting hikaku-kyu into action. We've taken the idea that Tom's height is greater, and we've used the specific grammar rule, in this case, taller than, to compare just the two of them out loud. All right, let's ramp things up. Section 3. Number 1, the ultimate. Now, you might be wondering, what happens when we compare 3 or more friends? If hikaku-kyu is strictly for comparing two things, how do the rules change when the whole class gets involved, and we need to find the absolute peak? Well, we're taking an exciting jump here. On the left, we still have our two-person duel, Tom versus Ken. But on the right, we've expanded to a massive group competition. Now it's Tom versus the entire class. The scale is completely changed, and therefore the grammar has to change too. When we make that jump to 3 or more things, we use saijokyu, the superlative form. This is the grammar form used exclusively to compare 3 or more things to find the absolute number 1, or the very best. In English, we recognize this as the rule for finding the ultimate winner by using the plus est, like the fastest, or the most plus an adjective, like the most beautiful. And this brilliantly illustrates the concept in action. Tom is the tallest in the class. By using saijokyu, Tom isn't just taller than Ken anymore, he's become the undisputed number 1 out of everyone. He has literally reached the ultimate height limit in our story. Okay, let's bring the energy down just a bit for section 4. Perfect equals the tie. After all that fierce competition, let's look at a happy resolution. Here we introduce dolto hikaku, the equality comparison. This is the grammar pattern used when there are no winners or losers at all. It's used specifically to show that two things are exactly the same. In English, we express this peaceful tie by using the as plus adjective plus as formula. Let's conclude the story of our two friends with this perfect example. Tom is as tall as Ken. This perfectly shows doto hikaku in action. Tom and Ken are actually standing eye to eye on the exact same level. No one's taller, no one's shorter, they're perfect equals, tying for the exact same height. Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the ultimate study guide. Let's look at how this all builds together into a neat little cheat sheet.
We have perfectly aligned the 4 types we just conquered side by side. First, hikaku. That's just the overarching idea of A versus B. Second, hikaku-kyu, the rule to actually compare 2 things, like taller than. Third, saijo-kyu, the rule to compare 3 or more and find the absolute number 1, like the tallest. And finally, doto-hikaku, showing things are on the exact same level, like as tall as. It's all right here in one perfect summary. And to make absolutely sure you never forget these, I want to give you these explicit, actionable memory tricks to lock the formulas into your brain forever. If you ever get stuck, just recall this breakdown. For hikaku, just remember the simple word compare. For hikaku-ku, say to yourself A is bigger than B. For saijo-kyu, tell yourself A is the biggest. And for doto hikaku, simply visualize A equals B. Keep these tricks handy, write them down, and you're going to navigate these grammar rules absolutely effortlessly.
Which brings us to a final question I want to leave you with. Now that you know how to compare everything from apples to best friends, what will you compare next? I hope this explainer has left you feeling completely empowered to use your brand new grammar superpowers. The world is full of amazing things to observe, measure, and compare. So get out there and start using your new tools today. Keep practicing, and as always, keep learning.